For the headlines, cops involved in the killing of Jemboy Baltasar receives lower penalty.
Senate releases subpoena against Camilon case suspects after no show.
Lower Chamber of Congress starts its deliberation to charter change.
Cooperation and collaboration with Australia amongst President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s goal in guest of government visit.
The official Facebook page of the Philippine Coast Guard has been hacked. Good evening, bringing you the latest news for tonight. I am ALVIN PELOBELLO.
And I am KRIZZA Lopez. This is your TV News Thread. Mother of Jemboy Baltasar, the 17-year-old teenager who was mistaken identity and killed by the Navotas police, gets emotional and disappointed with the decision of the Regional Trial Court. More from this report. In a recent ruling by Navotas Regional Trial Court Branch 286, police officers involved in the killing of 17-year-old teenager Jemboy Baltasar received lower penalties, results to emotional reactions from the teenager's family. Former police officer, Police Staff Sergeant Jerry Maliban, originally charged with murder, was found guilty of homicide and fined 50,000 pesos for moral and civil damages. Maliban is ordered to serve 4 years in prison as per the court's decision, a lesser sentence than initially anticipated. Rodalisa Baltasar, Jemboy's mother, expressed disappointment and emotion regarding the court's verdict.
Wala. Pinagtulong-tulungan nila yung anak kong panginig. Tapos ganun lang, makakataya lang sila. Sana maramdaman nila yung nararamdaman ng pamilya ko kayo na sobrang sakit ng paggawa ng anak ko. Sana sila rin.
Furthermore, the court convicted Police Executive Master Sergeant Roberto Balais Jr., Police Staff Sergeant Nico Esquilon, Police Corporal Edmark Jake Blanco, and Patrolman Benedicta Manganda for illegal discharge of firearms. However, Police Staff Sergeant Antonio Bugayong was acquitted by the RTC. Navotas RTC Branch 286 clarified that Maliban's charge was reduced to homicide as there was no evidence suggesting motive, methods, and plans to kill Baltasar. The shooting occurred when Baltasar attempted to escape, according to the court's findings. The possibility of lesser sentence for the convicted officers under Section 5, Rule 120 of the Revised Rules of Criminal Procedure was noted. Regarding the 4 policemen charged with illegal discharge of firearms, the court directed the Metro Manila District Jail Annex 2 to credit their preventive imprisonment. Upon the completion of their sentences, the officers could potentially be released earlier. Baltasar was shot and killed on August 2, 2023, whereas the local city police chief admitted protocol breaches during the incident. 6 police officers were charged in connection with the shooting on August 28, 2023, despite the swift resolution of Jemboy's case and that of the involved police officers. The death of 2 men associated with Jemboy, Daniel Soria, was killed in September 2023 and John Ray Bassi in October 2023 remain unsolved. Soria was killed by unidentified suspect in Malabon on September 2, 2023, while Bassi, who was present during Soria's death, was later found dead after 1 month. This is KRIZZA Lopez for Euro TV News.
The Senate of the Philippines has formally issued a subpoena against 2 suspects on beauty queens Catherine Camilon's disappearance more than 4 months ago. This is after primary suspect Police Major Alan De Castro and his driver bodyguard Jeffrey Magpantay ditched the hearing set this Tuesday for the said case. Senate Peace, Unification and Reconciliation Committee Chairman Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa announced that a subpoena issued against the two not only after not showing up on the panel, but also after giving flimsy and unsubstantial alibis for their absence. In a letter, De Castro said that he was not able to show up at the hearing as he is attending to his 8-month pregnant wife. Magpantay, meanwhile, reasoned out that his lawyer is sick, which is why he was not able to go to the hearing. Following this, De La Rosa has warned the two that if they still snub the subpoena, the next thing that they will be receiving is an arrest warrant. It can be recalled that the two were linked in the sudden disappearance of Camilon after evidences that surfaced relating to the case.
Meanwhile, after being dragged to the believed ill-gotten wealth of Marcoses, the Sandigan Bayan acquitted 3 involved persons who were allegedly acting as dummies of the Marcoses. According to the decision, the plaintiff fails to provide original documents of the evidence. More from this report. The Sandigan Bayan acquitted 3 individuals accused of being Marcos concerning 2.4 billion pesos believed to be ill-gotten wealth. The Sandigan Bayan 4th Division granted demurrers to evidence separately submitted by the 3 dummies Olimpio Bermudez, Jeronimo Velasco, and Emilio Yap as detailed in the 18-page decision release. The Presidential Commission on Good Governance or PCGG has implicated Marcos, Imelda Marcos, and her brother Alfredo Romualdez in the active acquisition of 95% of the Bataan Shipyard and Engineering Company Incorporated or Baseco. Additionally, the PCGG alleged that the Marcoses and Romualdez acquired substantial stakes in Manila International Ports Terminal Incorporated, Philippine Dockyard Corporation, and 80% of Philippine Jai Ally and Amusement Corporation through their alleged dummies including Bermudez, Velasco, and Yap. However, the court's decision highlighted the prosecution's failure to substantiate the allegations against the 3 in the amended complaint. It emphasized the presentation of only 2 witnesses against them, Maria Lourdes Magno and Antonio Rolando Eduarte, who were custodians of PCGG and Baseco respectively. The prosecution faced criticism for presenting only photocopies of evidence and failing to produce original documents. Moreover, the witnesses were found to be unaware of the content of the documents they presented. The prosecution aimed to establish Romualdez as the true owner of Baseco, assert that Marcos allowed the transfer of land from Export Processing Zone Authority to Baseco, and prove that the 3 Marcoses and Romualdez managed Baseco, MIPT, and Philippine Jai Ally Amusement Corporation. However, the court found no evidence linking Bermudez, Velasco, and Yap to acting as dummies. The acquittal underscores the prosecution's failure to meet the burden of proof in the case against the alleged dummies of the Marcoses and Romualdez. This is KRIZZA Lopez for Euro TV News.
On Monday, the House of Representatives has started its deliberation on the resolution of both Houses number 7, a House's version of RBH number 6, seeking to amend the economic provisions of the 1987 Philippine Constitution, where interpolations are in. More from this report.
So hindi, Mr. Chair, so Justice, hindi mababiolate po yung Section 19 of Article 2 kapag 100% foreign ownership doon sa 3 provisions.
Legislation could also provide for 100% foreign ownership. It's up to Congress, actually. It becomes changeable by legislation.
So what is the implication of that to Section 19?
The possible implication on that, Madam Mr. Chair, is that we have to look at the entire economy, whether allowing 100% foreign ownership in this particular sector will negate the effective Filipino ownership of the entire economy.
The lower chamber of Congress has begun its deliberation on the resolution of both houses, number 7, or the amendments to the economic provisions of the 1987 Philippine Constitution, and the same version of the Senate in RBH number 6. House Speaker Martin Romualdez assured that the purpose of the hearing in RBH number 7 is only economic provisions and not politics.
The chamber adopted the proposal of the Senate to amend the Constitution of the Philippines. At the same time, Romualdez has made an assurance that its goal is to remove the economic provisions that prevent the entry of the businesses from other countries. Also, the creation of businesses and jobs that will stimulate the country's economic growth. Kabataan Party List Representative Raul Manuel shows disappointment with the chamber's failure to follow its timeline of the RBH number 7 hearing. Manuel said they are ready to give a privileged speech regarding the grievances of the academics, youth and other poor Filipinos in revising the Constitution. The Senate has already said that the House's hearing will be facilitated and organized for the proposal to change the economic provisions of the Constitution. ALVIN PELOBELLO for EuroTV News.
We will be taking a very short break. Don't get away as EuroTV News Thread returns. Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is the first President of the Republic to speak before the Australian Parliament on a two-day guest of government visit of the country's chief executive to Canberra, Australia. Here's the details.
President Bongbong Marcos is scheduled to visit Canberra, Australia for a two-day guest of government visit beginning February 28 to 29. According to Foreign Affairs spokesperson Maria Teresita Daza, among the goals of President Marcos is the strengthening of existing relations in cooperation and collaboration with Australia.
And it is in a way similar to a state visit. So because it's upon invitation of the governor, and the governor is hosting the visit of the president in Canberra. As you all know, Canberra is the capital of Australia.
It is also expected that the president will address the Parliament of Australia, where he will discuss the purpose and plans for the strategic partnership between the Philippines and Australia in the future. Marcos is the first president of the country to address before the Australian Parliament. The invitation of President's guest of government visit came from Governor General David Hurley. Australia and the Philippines are also expected to exchange views and agreements for a more comprehensive relationship towards the expansion of cooperation between the two countries in many aspects.
We have very strong defense and security relations with Australia. They've been partners with us for a long time, even before the official establishment of relations, because they were with us as partners during World War II. And now the relations has actually seen an elevation from comprehensive to strategic partnership. And so in terms of defense and security, that will actually be will be discussed, but also in terms of what's happening in the region.
September last year, when the Philippines and Australia signed an agreement to strengthen the relationship between the two countries. Marcos' visit symbolizes the relationship between the Philippines and Australia for the upcoming 78th anniversary of the diplomatic relations between the two countries. PBBM's visit to Canberra is part of the first leg in Australia, as he is also scheduled to attend the ASEAN-Australia Special Summit on March 4 to 6, 2024, following the invitation of the Prime Minister of Albania. ALVIN PELOBELLO for EuroTV News.
As one of their mandate, the Philippine Navy expressed their support to the investigation regarding the use of cyanide in Bajo de Masinloc. According to the official, it is also their duty to protect the natural resources of the Philippines. Henry Nicolas tells us more.
The Philippine Navy supported the earlier statement of the Senate regarding the alleged use of cyanide by the Chinese fishermen in Bajo de Masinloc or Scarborough Shoal. According to Philippine Navy spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, Commodore Roy Vincent Trinidad, they supported the investigation because it is also include their mandate to protect country's natural resources. Trinidad said that they coordinated with the various government agencies for a possible investigation. Senator Francis Tolentino announced on Monday that he will seek a Senate investigation to the committee that covers the matter because the extent of damaged corals in Bajo de Masinloc is a serious matter. CSIS said that 21,000 acres of coral have been damaged due to island building activities and giant clam harvesting since 2012. Tolentino also called the activity as environmental terrorism, something that Trinidad has yet to confirm. Recently, the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources or BFAR was established as a legal and technical team to find out the truth about cyanide fishing in Bajo de Masinloc. The BFAR report said the lagoon has been heavily damaged potentially as a result of cyanide fishing by Chinese and Vietnamese fishermen. This is Henry Nicolas for EuroTV News.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has welcomed the support of the President of the Assembly and Chair of the Council of Global Green Growth Institute, Ban Ki-moon. The former United Nations Secretary General has pointed out the country's vulnerability in disaster caused by the climate change. Let's get more of the details from this report.
During the concluded visit of former United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon and now President of the Assembly and Chair of the Council of Global Green Growth Institute to the Malacanang Palace, he made a promise to help the Philippines in climate resilience and promoting a green economy. President Bongbong Marcos accepted the help from GGGI through the host country agreement. Ban promised President Marcos a support from his organization to address the impact of the climate change. It was December last year when the Philippine government signed the HCA to establish an office in the country, which had to be ratified by the Senate. With this, the President hopes that the Senate will ratify the HCA in the country. According to Ban, the Philippines is one of the most vulnerable countries when it comes to disaster caused by the climate change. Ban also hopes to work with the administration of Marcos to adopt the climate change situation, including the support of the Foreign, Environment and Economic Ministries. Aside from Ban's meeting with the senators, the GGGI leader is scheduled to share a statement with the Sustainable Development Goals and the Asian Development Bank. GGGI currently has projects and activities in the Philippines worth $130.3 million. ALVIN PELOBELLO for EuroTV News.
Philippine Coast Guard is exerting more efforts to revive their full control on their Facebook page after being hacked by unknown identity. Henry Nicolas has more details.
The Philippine Coast Guard or PCG confirmed on Monday that their official Facebook page had been hacked by an unknown entity. In a statement, the Coast Guard Public Affairs or CGPAS reported the incident based on their initial diagnostic that unknown entity did not leave any digital traces on the official email address and the mobile phone used by the CGPAS to establish a security key as an additional layer of online security protection. According to PCG spokesperson Rear Admiral Arman Balilo, the CGPAS monitored 2 malicious short videos posted on the official Facebook page. However, when the CGPAS tried to delete the videos, the service was alerted with a force switch account notification. Balilo also said that they already coordinated with Meta and provided needed details to regain page access. As of press time, the CGPAS continues its active recovery efforts with Meta, the PCG said. After initial consultation with the Philippine National Police Anti-Cybercrime Group, the CGPAS considers the possibility of online security breach through malware or malicious software. In January 2024, the PCG received an alert from the Department of Information and Communications Technology or DICT regarding the monitored hacking on the PCG website. But upon website review, the CGFAS confirmed that no hacking activity reported on the PCG website. On February 15 this year, the CGPAS monitored and resolved the security breach of an unknown entity on its official X, formerly Twitter account. This is Henry Nicolas for Euro TV News.
In our sports news, Filipino tennis player Alex Yala has set another record in her tennis career after reaching number 180 spot in Women's Tennis Association ranking this week. The 18-year-old tennis star has climbed 8 spots from number 188 last week to number 180 on the last week of February. After reaching quarterfinals in the W75 Porto International Tennis Federation tournament in Portugal, Yala has won 2 straight sets against Cyprus and Ukraine's representative in the set games before losing the match against player of Hungary. She also finished the quarterfinals playing doubles with her New Zealand partner. As of now, Yala aims to further climb up to the rankings when she competes in a competition in Slovakia this week, while she is also scheduled for her other matches within the same period.
On the other hand, to give us more updates to the world of entertainment, here's Angelica Galvez. After the American singer-songwriter Miley Cyrus got an award at the Grammys, she now has a new achievement as her song Flower got the top spot at the International Federation of the Phonographic Industry or IFPI. She also got 2.7 billion streams on paid subscriptions channel. However, Rima came at the second for her song Calm Down that features Selena Gomez, while the IFPI artist Taylor Swift came at the 7th and 9th place for her song Cruel Summer and Anti-Hero. In another showbiz news, actor Park Hae-jun from South Korea was recently sighted in Boracay. Park Hae-jun was all smiles when he arrived at a resort on February 21 and posted for pictures with the staff, according to a story. Hae-jun acted in several films including I Have Not Done My Best, Emergency Declaration, and The World of the Merit. He will play the lead role in the upcoming Netflix series When Life Gives You Tangerines, which will star Park Bo-gum and IU. This is Angelica Galvez for Euro TV News. And that's the latest news for tonight. You may visit yourtvph.com for more news and information. Once again, this is KRIZZA Lopez.
You may also catch our broadcast live in our social media accounts and via Pinoy Extreme channel. I'm ALVIN PELOBELLO. This is your TV News Thread. Stay safe and have a good night, everyone.